day begins, another flower blooms. How you doing, secret sister?
Honestly, I read the lyrics and listened to the song Secret Sister. Just incredible. I've never heard anything like it.
Oh, thank you.
You know, and it's dark, but it's not lost.
Yeah.
And the harmonies and the music. What did you want to be present in that? Because it seems like it's a very important song to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very personal on several levels. One is that, you know, I love the film that was made by Pedro, Rebel Hearts, but also I actually have a family member, this woman, Martha Fay, who was married to my grandfather, who was brought up by those nuns, who went to that school at that time, you know, in the 50s and 60s. And so she was experienced firsthand, you know, all of that tumult and glory and so forth. So I always heard these stories about them. And then also, you know, I live now not far away from where the convent was, and I just, you know, so there was this definite kind of personal connection to the whole subject matter, and also I mean, I drive past the nunnery a lot, or this high school. It's a high school now, but amongst that, you know, is this terrible homeless problem in California, and also the kind of environmental situation with the fires and you know, and there's this, you know, and certainly the, you know, the political situation in the United States. It's all very apocalyptic. So yeah, I find myself, you know, praying that, you know, someone will come and, you know, at least inspire us to do better, and I feel like that's what the sisters did and what they continue to do.
Another perfect song, another falling star. What you thinking, secret sister?
Did you know your grandmother who had?
Yes, I know. You know, she actually, I mean, my grandfather, and let's just say that she was my grandfather's second wife, and she was the same age as my mother. So it was one of those situations, but which is quite common, and so I'm still very close to her now. She's, you know, in her 70s, but yeah, so it was. What was interesting about it, though, is that my mother, Kate, who sadly is no longer with us. I mean, she was brought up in Montreal in the 50s and 60s, and or mostly in the 50s in terms of schooling, and that was by nuns, all by nuns, and it was not a great experience. You know, she was you know, the nuns up north were a little less liberal, shall we say.
Really?
You know, well, I mean, yes, I mean, Quebec in the 50s was incredibly Catholic in not a great way. You know, it was very oppressive, and certainly now with what's going on with, you know, the uncovering of these, you know, orphanages and stuff. I mean, it was a dark period in Canadian history. So I kind of had that story matched with my grandmother's story, where suddenly you had these, you know, hippie nuns with, you know, head wearing flowers and stuff and playing guitar. So it was nice. There was a full spectrum.
The galaxy is wide, and I still cannot hide from the roses. My desire. What's happened on the streets? In all the people's eyes.
I can't wait to see the film. I hope it comes up here soon.
Yes, yes, yes.
Incredible. So it's not Katy Perry almost bought the property. What did you
Right.
think when that happened?
Right. No, I'd heard about that story for a while. I mean, that was a bit of, I actually know some of the players in
Oh,
that debacle. I think it's quite tragic all around what occurred because I think the nuns don't live there anymore. I don't think anybody's in there. I think the Catholic Church just said, we're just not going to give it to anybody. So, and it is an incredible property. This is another property. This isn't the Immaculate Heart place, but it's related. So yeah, no, I've heard about that story,
yeah, it's
but
pretty
it's
awful.
but LA, LA real estate is pretty ferocious.
The grass is always green beneath your simple shoes. Take me with you, secret sister.
Were you raised in the church, or was your
No,
mother?
actually, I mean, my mother was Catholic. I mean, she wasn't a practicing Catholic per se, but she was very much brought up in that environment. I was not baptized. My sister and Martha and I were not baptized, but we did actually go to Catholic church, Catholic school, and did go to church and were taught catechism, and couldn't actually take any of the sacraments or do confession or anything, which I think was purposeful by our mother. I think our mother wanted us to like have a sense of being like an outsider or something, and so I have a very bizarre relationship with the church, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure.
I don't hate the church actually. I don't hate the Catholic Church. I think maybe that's because I wasn't brought up, strictly Catholic. So
Yeah. That's so interesting. Oh my word.
I used to think the world a sweet and lovely place where you couldn't harm a shadow. But now the waves have won, and the fires are coming to the valley of the Immaculate Conception.
yeah.
I saw your mom and aunt in concert at Massey Hall. Oh God, it was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, they were amazing. They were amazing.
So I understand that you're writing a musical. I know you've written operas,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
you actually told me about one all those years ago when I interviewed you, and those happened.
Yes,
So
yes.
now the musical is
Yes.
going to be. Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, I can't say much because it's all fairly, we're still in contractual,
So
limbo.
it's written. It's written.
Yeah, a lot of it's written. Yeah, one of them is, and it's with a very famous director, and it will be announced quite soon. But I can't give away any hints only because I don't want to get clobbered. But when it is announced, you will be aghast, in a good way, by the collaboration. And yes, musicals are now definitely in my kind of vision, and a lot of that is because of COVID, because I just had a chance to stop touring and think about, more long-term projects.
Stepping on the streets, in all the people's eyes. All we can do is meet. All we can do is meet. I'll make her in that celebrate smile.
When you were home and you saw family recently, did you play any music?
Yeah, I mean, we did actually. I did a little concert, and then also my sister played a concert as well in Montreal. So yeah, there was actually quite a bit of music around, which isn't always the case. But I think it had been so long that we just felt the need to whatever, dust off the ivories, as they say.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So nice to speak to you.
Down in the mist,